The Google Ads algorithm has betrayed us, but not in the way you might think. See, I've been running Google Ads for e-commerce brands for the past 8 years now, and I haven't seen it behave so differently than it does right now. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how the Google Ads algorithm works right now in 2026 and what it requires from your brand to make you win. Because see, the thing is, the algorithm back in 2025 and even prior to the years leading up to 2025 was extremely simple and straightforward. And just doing a quick search for what the Google Ads algorithm is, this was the definition by which Google Ads actually worked upon, where it was an AI-driven automated system that determines which ads appear in search results, their position and cost, using real-time, auction-time bidding, and hundreds of context signals. And simply put, it was an input and output approach where you would give Google some inputs and it would follow up with some outputs based on how good the quality of your inputs were, whether it was standard shopping campaigns or back in the day for the OGs, smart shopping campaigns, and so on and so forth. But as these artificial intelligence related updates and software started to come about, Google had to step up its game, not because it wanted to, but rather because it became an absolute necessity. And the algorithm and the way the auctions work have completely evolved into this big robotic affair which most brands still have zero clue about. And I want to explain to you how the Google Ads algorithm actually works right now based around Google's own words of what it has provided in the newest Google updates, which it has come forth. And in simple words, the auction, the way it works right now, is done with a simple lightning fast ad auction that takes place every single time someone searches on Google or visits our sites to show the ads. And the top ads that you see, doesn't matter what the top ads are, whether it's shopping ads, whether it's search ads, basically the ones that are on the top organic search results, or also the ones that are at the very top with shopping listings, are selected by different ad auctions from the ads that show in other ad locations. So what that essentially means is your ads will only show up once in a single ad location. For example, if you're searching from Los Angeles, California, your ad will only show up once based on the ad rank of the ad itself, based on the quality, but across different ad locations, your ads can show up multiple times. So a city next to Los Angeles might also see your ad if somebody's searching up for the products that you sell, and so on and so forth. So the auction now in 2026 is not some simple input and output approach. It's not some simple A to B approach. It's based on lightning fast auctions, which always has been the case, but now it's taken a bit further because now there's 6 major factors, which Google talks about at least, that affect the ad auction that determine which ads appear and in what orders. Things such as your bids, the quality of your ads, and the landing page itself. We'll go a bit in depth into this shortly as well as to how it works, but also things such as the expected impact from your ad assets and other ad formats, your ad rank thresholds, the context of your ad, the competitiveness of an ad auction itself. Starting off with the bids. This was something that has always been in the play, but back prior to 2025, I personally believe, and I might be wrong, but this is what I believe, that bids and budgets played a much bigger role than everything else prior to 2025. It was all about money, basically, at the end of the day. You could bribe the algorithm by bidding higher. You could bribe the algorithm by spending more money. Now, if you try this, the algorithm will actually punish you with medium buying intent or low buying intent quality of traffic while still pushing your ads more towards the front. I say this because I see this happening across tens and hundreds of brands which we audit on a regular basis under my Google Ads agency or marketing, which, by the way, if you run a brand making $50,000 or more per month in revenue, you need some extra help scaling to the next level with Google Ads, scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the comment section below to directly schedule a call with me, and let's see how we can potentially work together to scale your brand to the very next level. But to cater into all of these other things, starting with the quality of your ads and the landing page itself. In simple words, Google Ads aims to provide users with high quality results by assessing several factors from the usefulness and relevance of your ad and the landing page, the expectation users have about your landing page based on the clicked ad creative, the expected CTRs, which I always talk about in every single video I put out, the ease of the landing page, the navigation, as well as other search query signals. Now, if we go into the search quality signals and what it means, the quality of the content is one of the signals Google sends back to the algorithm once users start interacting with your actual ads. Things such as what is actually helpful, and it even tells you, like, for example, one of the factors used to determine the quality is understanding if other websites link or refer to the content itself itself. So backlinks, which is very important in organic SEO, but it also impacts your Google Ads side of things as well. And it basically is a good sign to Google's algorithm that the information is trustworthy. But in addition, if we scroll down, usability of the content itself, things such as the page experience aspects. Is it mobile friendly content? Does it load quickly? Those are all things that tell the algorithm how usable your content is. The context and settings, basically it's tracking where your users are going across the world in terms of the online world, and it's basically recognizing if these users have visited the same page multiple times before and bring that page to the top of your search results. So if they have already gone on your website, this is why retargeting is so important, by the way. But these are the main pieces of information that Google is looking for when it comes to feeding the algorithm information related to the overall quality of your ad and your landing page, which then brings us to the quality score of your ads in general. And this is something that has been around for a very long period of time, but basically quality score and the way the algorithm works now, it's still the same in terms of a score from 1 to 10, which is determined based on the expected CTRs, expected click-through rates, ad relevance, landing page experience, so on and so forth. Because the higher your quality score is, the better the impact your ads will have on a potential user, and the more your ads will actually scale without having to bid more and without having to spend more money. But the third major thing, which the Google Ads algorithm now works off of, which again you want to keep in mind, is the expected impact from your ad assets and other ad formats. Now, here's the key you want to keep in mind. The word expected, we've already seen this several times just as we have gone through halfway through this overall article. We have seen it with expected CTRs, expected landing page experience. Now we see it again, which means it's very important. But essentially, it's the amount of information in this situation, the additional information you're adding to your ad. And this relates more to search campaigns and performance max, but phone numbers or more links to specific pages on your sites, these are called ad assets, and Google estimates how ad assets and other ad formats will impact your ads performance. And you can basically influence the threshold of your performance, the threshold of where you rank, based on the relevant keywords that you have in there, based on the ads, the quality of the ads, the assets, so on and so forth. Then this brings us then to the fourth thing, your ad rank thresholds. What does this mean exactly? Now, the ad rank thresholds determine basically your ability to compete in an ad auction. How good is your competitiveness in the overall ad auction? And the thresholds are determined dynamically at the split second that individual ad auction happens, and it's based on various factors such as your ad quality, the ad position, the user signals and attributes such as locations and device types, the topic and nature of the search, whether it's wedding related. If you're selling engagement rings, for example, in your situation, it may be different in terms of the overall topic and nature, how many people are entering this auction, what are their bids, etc. That's different if you're trying to sell leggings for women. All these things directly influence the ad ranks and the thresholds of your actual CPCs. And we can actually even chat with the robot right here, ask it a very important question, such as, how do ad rank thresholds affect my actual CPC? And it will tell us that the ad rank plays a significant role in terms of the minimum requirement as to what is the minimum amount of CPC needed to enter that auction. What is the impact on the actual CPC? Your actual CPC is calculated based on your ad rank, which includes these thresholds we just covered. The reserve prices is the only one eligible to show, meaning there's no competitors that meet their ad rank thresholds. You will pay the reserve price, so on and so forth. So how many people again are entering the auctions, higher positions, higher thresholds, so on and so forth. So all these things allow Google to ensure high quality ads which meets a minimum quality threshold, and so that not everybody, not any other random Joe Schmo dropshipper, not anybody that's copying your products or practicing no shipping where they're basically mimicking your products, mimicking maybe even a brand name, and they're not even shipping out their products. Google doesn't want those types of brands to enter the funnel, to enter the auctions and win any of them, which is why it takes so much of these things into context and it understands which brands deserve the ranking and which brands don't deserve the ranking. But in addition, another major thing, second to last thing it looks at is the context of your ad, because with ad auctions, context matters, such as when calculating the ad rank, the algorithm looks at the search terms the person has entered, the person's location at the time of search, the type of device they're using, mobile or desktop, the time of the search, the nature, so on and so forth. There's so many things that influence the nature of your ad, the context of your ad. It's not humanly possible to influence each individual one. That's why I always say it's better to let the algorithm do the deciding for you versus you going in and versus you forcing the algorithm and guiding it towards unnecessary fluff such as the bids or the time of the day to rank for, because Google is already looking at the context to understand and how the algorithm will favor your brand, or if it even will favor your brand or not. But finally, we ended with the competitiveness of an auction. So if two ads are competing for the same position and they have similar ad ranks, each will have a similar opportunity to win that position. So this is why I say it's not always about bids and budgets, because even with the same bid that you have or the same budget you have, you still have similar competitiveness in that auction, and the winner of that auction might not even be the biggest bidder or the highest spender. So the gap in the ad rank between the two advertisers, as it starts to grow based on the good things the good advertiser does, based on the bad things the bad one does, the higher ad rank will more likely win, but also must pay a higher cost per link click for the benefit of the increased certainty of winning. This was back in the day the only thing that mattered, where you had to just bid high to win. Now it's these 6 factors together combined with bidding that actually makes your algorithm really move forward, and that's how your brand can continuously win in 2026. So the thing is, what you want to understand in 2026 and onwards, the e-commerce brands which we are working with, this is exactly the overall flow we're following. This is the exact strategy and setup we're following, where we're not focused on just bids and budgets. We're focused on getting all of these 6 pieces of the puzzle all aligned together appropriately, so that the algorithm has the right amounts of information, so that it has the right amount of guidance to allow it to get us high quality intent traffic and to allow it to scale to bigger and bigger pockets of the audience. Because it's no secret that the Google Ads algorithm continues to evolve and continues to reach bigger and bigger segments of the audience as more people use Google now to shop. It's just going to get more and more sophisticated, and it's going to become more efficient as long as your brand provides proper clarity with these 6 pieces of the puzzle in mind and not just focuses on higher bids and budgets. The key here is to ensure you send back to the algorithm the right signals, because send even a single wrong signal and your entire algorithm begins now to optimize for that specific signal and starts to go off on the wrong tangent. But with all of that being said, if you run a brand making $50,000 or more per month in revenue, you need some extra help scaling to the next level with Google Ads, scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the comment section below to directly schedule a call with me, and let's see how we can potentially work together to make all of this happen.